Alrighty, Pinky?
And the brain? You're the brain?
Yeah.
I'm the brain.
You're just Pinky because your hair. Hello, my name is Michael Duren, and this is Hannah Duren, and together we are the Disney Durens. We've got another list video because we are short on time, and reviews take a long time, so we will get you a review next week, though, guaranteed.
We promise. But we do like lists, and seems like you guys like them too.
Yeah.
So, today we are ranking for you the official Disney princesses. There are 12 Disney princesses.
Yep.
And so we are ranking them 12 to number 1. And once again, this is our opinions.
Yep.
This is not Bible. This is not, written in stone. This is just what we think and who we like best. And we're going to tell you why we like them best and why we maybe don't like other ones as much.
Yeah. So you're asking what is an official Disney princess?
Right.
I'm glad you asked that. So what an official Disney princess is Disney put together this list. This is Disney's list. So if we have this list and you're like, why isn't this person on it? Ask Disney.
There's a few on here that we feel are snubbed. Actually, more than a few.
Yeah.
And actually, we're probably going to do 3 honorable mentions. Are you excited?
I'm excited.
Very
and
excited.
Let's just go ahead and jump right on into it with
Okay.
number 12.
Wonderful.
What is yours?
My number 12 is Jasmine.
Ooh,
This is
okay.
going to hurt people's feelings.
I can feel the pain in people across the world right now.
Yes, I see the comments now. Speaking of, we started this channel because we like to talk about Disney, clearly. So please join in the conversation. Follow us on Instagram right here. We love to talk. We love to post. We love to do polls. We let you guys vote on videos. Comment down below, like and subscribe, so we can continue growing as a channel and as a Disney community and meet more people like us that are total nerds. So anyway, back to the list. So Jasmine is my least favorite of the official Disney princesses. This is probably due to just I don't relate to her as much as I do the other ones. I don't like the non-historical attire she wears. I really don't. It bothers me. I will say I really enjoyed her in the live adaptation much more than I did in the cartoon, but she overall is gorgeous. I like her better than Aladdin. I'll go with that. But she's a cool tiger. I love Raja.
Raja's great.
I like her dad. I think he's funny.
He's
But
cute.
yeah, so I'm having a hard time coming up with good qualities for Jasmine. So clearly that's why she's on the back of my list. There it is. My number 12. What is yours?
My number 12 is Merida because one, she's Pixar and not officially Disney, and that's a one-way ticket to the bottom of my list, sweetie.
Wow. Wow. Okay. What?
I stand
You don't
by
have
that.
anything else to say about
That's
Merida?
all I have to say.
Okay. 11. Let's move on. My number 11 is Snow White from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Yeah.
That again is maybe going to be controversial. I think Snow is a sweet character. She reminds me of my grandma Carol. She's fine. Her voice is beautiful. She just lacks individuality, and you really don't see a lot of her personality like you do with the other princesses. Again, I just have a hard time relating to her. I'm definitely never known what it's like to be the fairest in the land. That's not something I know. There's just, I don't babysit old men. I just don't relate to her. I think she's fine. But yeah, she's in my number 11 spot.
Well, you're the fairest in my land.
Wow.
All right, my number 11 is Tiana, and now I'm at the list point where I like everybody. I'm not a big Merida fan.
Wow.
But Tiana is incredible as a human character, and then you spend 0 time with her as a human character. She's a frog through 95% of her movie.
It's valid.
But her human aspects, when she is a human, love her, and a great role model. She's hardworking, and she sets a goal and does not stop until she reaches that goal. And I think that's something that is actually a really great message. I just wish I had more time to spend with her, but since I don't, I've got to put her here.
That's fair.
Yeah.
And that's your number 11?
That's my number 11.
Okay, so on to my number 10. This is gonna ruffle your feathers. This is Aurora from Sleeping Beauty.
Oh, that is insane.
And once again, she falls so far back on my list because of the same reason that Snow White does, because they don't develop her enough as a character. You don't really get to know her very well. The prince kind of takes over the main role, and you just don't really know much about Aurora Briar Rose as a person, and to me, that's why I don't relate to her. Do I think she's gorgeous? Absolutely. Do I think her singing voice is gorgeous? Yes, I really, really do. I think her character design is beautiful. Her costumes are beautiful. I prefer the dress to be blue, not pink. Just want to throw that out there. I really love this movie. We've reviewed it, so you know how I feel about Aurora's lack of character development. So that's why she falls further back on this list.
Okay. My number 10 is Cinderella. And I don't really know why. I just
My feelings
don't
are really hurt.
I know. I knew they would be. I was waiting for the tears to start flowing. But she just doesn't have a pizzazz to her. She's very plain, which is weird because she's...
Your type.
Yes.
She is your
It's
type.
not all about looks, Hannah.
Okay.
She just doesn't do it for me, even though she's absolutely iconic. And I think it really comes down to there's so many Cinderella adaptations that it's just, I don't care as much as I care about the others.
Even like non-Disney ones.
Yeah,
they're
just,
lot. Yeah.
it's probably, I can name 10 just off the top of my head.
So you're sick of her? Is that what you're saying?
I might just be sick of her.
Okay.
Love her castle though.
Well, I mean.
Icon.
Post pictures here of why we're such a fan of that castle.
That's
Okay,
my
so number 10.
Yep.
My number 9 is Tiana. So kind of close to yours. So she follows exactly what Michael said, copy paste. No, literally, that is my issue with Tiana is I love her. I love her song. I relate to her. I have a very strong work ethic. And you know, she didn't really have any handouts in life, like just a go-getter kind of person. And I totally relate to that. I do not like them as frogs. And to be fair, I do want to give it more of a chance because I have only seen it maybe once or twice. So hopefully we'll review it soon. If you want us to review it, let us know. And so I can give it more of a chance. But that's where she falls right now.
All right, so my number 9 is Jasmine. And I don't know why she is just very dull. So Jasmine just doesn't really seem to do much in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I just...
Well, she's kind of whiny.
Yeah.
And ungrateful. I'm like, you have a palace, bro. Like...
Yeah, you're gonna be okay. You have a cool tiger. You're basically Joe Exotic. But...
Oh my gosh.
I just don't get her. I don't get her.
That's fair.
And
I feel like she should be behind Cinderella on your list, but whatever.
She's still great. Like I said.
I was just kidding.
No, like I said, from Tiana down, I really like them.
All
and
the hate on Merida. I think it's just me surprising when we get to Merida. Just all I'm saying.
Yes, Jasmine, great Disney princess. I just don't entirely get her and kind of dull in her role. But I do agree with you with the live action. She does have a lot more character development, and I really
A beautiful song, Naomi Scott,
Yes.
I think, is so beautiful and did a fabulous job. Moving on, is that number 8? What are we on? Tell me.
That you're now on number 8.
I'm on number 8. Rapunzel. Michael's going to scoff. Rapunzel, I adore. I love Mandy Moore. She was in a lot of, who does the voice? She was in a lot of movies during my era of growing up, and so I really particularly like the voice casting for her and Flynn, both people I really adore. But we're talking about Rapunzel. I really like Rapunzel. I really, 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 really relate to Rapunzel, probably more than any other character. But there's still some things that like are iconic from my childhood, and Tangled came out when I was pretty like in an angsty era. I was 16 and I just really didn't have a lot of energy to give my Disney obsession, and so that is why she falls further back, because it took me a long time to like this movie and like watch this movie as much. Actually, you got me into this movie, and now I really love her, but I love all of these princesses, so she has to go somewhere. So here she is at my number 8.
All right. My number 8 is Snow White. I love Snow White. I love how iconic she is. She's one of those where you hear the word Disney princess, she's going to pop into your mind. Absolutely iconic. Love her dress. Beautiful dress. Just I love the color scheme on it. I just, less personality than the ones to come, and that kind of hurts her.
For sure.
Yeah.
I can see that. Number 7? My number 7 is Moana. She is, I guess, the newest Disney princess.
That's my number 7 too.
Oh, well, let's talk of her collectively then. I really like a lot of things about Moana. I like that she does not need like a romantic love interest, which she is clearly a teenager, and I like that she is portrayed as a teenager. A lot of times you know that these characters are teenagers, but they're not necessarily portrayed properly. They like literally look like they're 25. And so she really does look like a teenager. I love that were really accurate with the Polynesian culture and portraying that, and a lot of things within that culture, that it's just accurate. Clearly I'm always looking for historical accuracy, but it's portrayed really well, and I think that she overcomes something within herself, which is just a cool message. I mean, she's not slaying a dragon, and she's not trying to win a boy's heart. It's just a really good message for young girls, and she's stunning and has a beautiful song, and I'm a little obsessed with the ocean, so all of it is just a good time for me.
I love Moana. She just is so spunky and has so much personality and just a little firecracker.
She is, yes.
Like, she's doing what she wants to do. Does not listen to her parents. But she's just so likable.
Yes.
Just
relatable.
Not really relatable for me personally, but I just like her.
Yeah, she's fun.
She's just darling and just a really fun character, and one that I'm glad it got added to the official Disney Princess lineup.
But moving right along to number 6, this is where I chose to put Merida from Brave, Pixar, the only Pixar princess. I am not Scottish. I'm a lot Irish. And I realize those are not the same thing, but it does give me a lot of joy to see this portrayal. Although corsets weren't invented at the time of this movie, and there's like a big plot point about her wearing a corset, and that really bothers me. I just want to throw that out there because corsets weren't invented for another 100 years. So that's annoying. But other than that, I really like her mother and daughter relationship struggle. It's very relatable for teenage girls. I've always wanted to have curly red hair, so I'm very envious of that. I love horses and have ridden horses for many years, and she rides a horse magnificently and does archery, which I used to do as well. So I just relate to her. I find her fun. I find her spunky. I like everything about her. I have no complaint. I love Merida.
All right, so my number 6 is Mulan.
Mulan.
I love Mulan. She's so much fun and just so rad. She is a warrior. I just love how she's such a skilled fighter. She takes down the Huns single-handedly. Literally.
That kill count, though.
Yeah, she's got a lot. And she's killed more people than any Disney princess ever.
Any Disney character ever. Actually.
Okay,
That's
ever.
a fact.
Good job, Mulan.
Mulan is...
You're lethal.
She is amazing. Okay. Is that all you want to say about Mulan?
Yeah.
Okay. 5?
Yep.
I'm on 5. This is where I placed Cinderella. Cinderella actually used to be higher on my list. I think you know that. I really like Cinderella. I don't know. It's the classic. It's Walt's favorite piece of animation was in this film, her dress. And it just screams Disney. Cinderella's castle is the focal point of Disney World, our home park. Everything about it is just enchanting. She's a hard worker. She wasn't treated fairly, and she overcame all of that. I do wish that her relationship with Charming had more time to develop. You know, I do think it's kind of crazy to marry someone that you don't know. Other than that, though, I think she's really an amazing person, and I really like all of her outfits. And I know that's a weird thing to keep bringing up, but when you're a girl watching these movies, that's kind of what you're looking for. So I just really like her, and I think that she has a lot of redeeming qualities despite marrying someone she doesn't know.
So number 5, I have Ariel. I think Ariel, based on that reaction, I'm assuming Ariel is much higher on your list. I actually know she is. But Ariel is a fun Disney princess. Maybe just the most fun. I don't know. There's just something...
She saved Disney.
Yeah, there's just something so full of life about her. And I really don't like how much of a bad rep she gets for just running away and selling everything for a guy. I don't feel like that's a fair statement. She was obsessed with the human culture long before this movie takes place. It's her lifelong fascination. And of course she's going to want to explore that. So I don't feel like that hate she gets is just. She's just an incredibly fun Disney character and one that I really, really love.
And she's a mermaid.
Moving
on to number 4, mine is Belle from Beauty and the Beast.
That's mine as well.
Oh, perfect. So we'll just do this together.
Yep.
We have some similar.
We do.
So Belle, what can you say? Everybody loves Belle. She's perfect. She's a bookworm, much like the two of us are big bookworms. Yep. So we relate to that. Belle is selfless. Belle chooses to protect her dad at all costs, even if that means that she loses her freedom permanently. And she chooses to stay and nurse the beast after she can escape. Yep. She literally could escape, but she chose to stay behind. She is very That's our dog sneezing. She's a very selfless person, and I don't know how you can't like her.
Belle she's just one of those timeless beauties, and what a dress.
The yellow, I'm assuming, yes.
I also really like her peasant dress, but the yellow dress.
My favorite outfit is when they're doing There's Something Sweet.
Like pinkish.
Yeah, it's pink, and then she has a fur, like kind of Red Riding Hood.
Here it is.
And that's you're looking at it. It's amazing.
It is a nice, refreshing take to see someone just care about someone's heart.
Yeah.
As opposed to their looks. So really, I think it is
she's
overall.
Just selfless.
Overall, I do think it's a good message, but there are.
I mean, some questionable morals there. Like if you didn't change to a human, whatever. Yeah. But those are technicalities we don't have to worry about because of the ending. So that brings us to number 3. This is where I chose to put Mulan. Mulan has jumped significantly up because I realized this last year how much I love this movie. I watch it like every couple weeks. In fact, he's sick of it. So, I mean, probably not sick of it, but I'm always like, want to watch Mulan? And he's like, no. So I watch Mulan a lot. Yeah. And I think it's just the sheer tenacity that she has, the bravery, that she just doesn't care that this is unheard of, that this isn't what any person has ever done before. She's not going to let her dad go and die in war. And thank God she cared about her dad that much, because she saved all of China, as you guys know if you've seen the movie. So it's just amazing. I could go on, but I really love her. I really like how you feel very immersed into that culture. She's just a total hardcore, amazing, brave person.
Yeah. So my number 3, this is where I place Pocahontas. I love Pocahontas. This movie gets such a bad rap, and I dislike that it does, because she is incredible. One of the best Disney song sequences of all time.
Colors of the Wind, or Around the River Bend, or the one at the end. Everything about this. Can I jump in, because she's my number 2?
Okay, well, let me finish mine, and then yes, absolutely, we'll flow right on into number 2. So the song sequences she has are just incredible. Her design is beautiful, and she has a tattoo. Pretty cool.
Only Disney princess with one.
Yep. Pocahontas, such an amazing character, and just has one of my favorite Disney movies.
Yeah. So my number 2 is Pocahontas. I have loved this movie for a really long time. I've always been really fascinated with Native American culture, and I'm a lot Native American myself. I don't know, it just makes me feel good. I just really like it. I really like the warriors and the chief and her dad and Kocoum. It's not historically accurate in the least. I can't start, so we're just skipping over that. But it's still one of my favorite Disney movies. I really enjoy every song, even the cutout ones. We'll talk more about that. If you want a Pocahontas video, let us know, because we love this movie. Yeah. She's the first tattooed princess. She's just so pretty and so spunky and fearless. She just jumps off cliffs, and she's really, really one of a kind princess, and she's not like any of the other princesses.
Yeah, how many other Disney princesses walk into a mother bear's den and picks up her cub?
Only Pocahontas.
Only Pocahontas.
Don't do that. Not advised. They wouldn't make it to the den. We don't have to advise that. Carry bear spray. Now we're coming down to number 2.
My number 2 is Aurora. Now I understand how I harped on all these other Disney princesses for no character development. I get it. But there's just something...
What other qualities?
There's just something about her that screams Disney to me. And this is the whole movie as a whole. So there's just something so Disney and magical about her and this movie that I can't help but just love it. I love her character design, and she's just one of those princesses where whenever a picture of her pops up, I just feel like I'm in one of the parks. I don't know what it is about her. So for that alone, I have to put her right there by the top. I love Aurora, love Sleeping Beauty, flawless.
Amazing. So that brings us to number 1. Everybody knows what my number 1 is. It's Ariel, the queen of the Renaissance, the only mermaid, the spunky redhead, the best thing that's ever happened to Disney. I love Ariel. She's amazing. I know it's basic. I know everybody my age loves Ariel. I don't care. I can't remember not watching this movie. It came out 4 years before I was born. I have watched it as long as I can remember. I agree with what Michael said earlier wholeheartedly. Everyone knocks on her, oh, she ran away with this guy, blah, 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 which by the way, like every Disney princess does. But what Michael said is accurate. She was really obsessed with this culture. She literally had a whole song about wanting to be part of this world before she even like saved Eric. So, or even knew who he was for that matter. So I think it's harsh to knock on her for it.
I love Ariel
She's
too. Yeah.
amazing.
She is. She's absolutely incredible.
And I love her blue dress. That's my favorite. I like to tell you my favorite dress, apparently. Her blue dress. Right here. What is your number one?
My number one is Rapunzel. I don't think there is a more perfect combination of bubbly personality, but then she starts beating people with frying pans out of nowhere. She's just so much fun. I love her desire to learn about cultures. She sees these lanterns and just is dying to know what they are. Very adventurous and an all around just fun character, and one that I just can't help but just smile whenever I see the movie or her. So she's got to be my number one.
And you and her fall into the 11% of people with green eyes.
Yes, so we're basically the same person.
Basically.
Yes. All right, so quickly, I'm just going to give you my honorable mentions really quick. Esmeralda, she would be number one, but she's not a Disney princess. Love Esmeralda. Kudakakash from Atlantis, absolutely adore her. My number three would probably be Megara from Hercules. Such a fun character.
So here are my three honorable mentions. Megara from Hercules.
Fair enough.
Hercules is one of my favorite movies of all time. She is a total snub. And the ones you're probably wondering where they are, Anna and Elsa. They have been snubbed from this list, and Disney has not made an announcement anytime, and this movie's been out for a long time.
Because they're queens.
Well, technically Elsa's a queen, and spoilers if you have not seen Frozen 2, so is Anna. So that's what we theorize is why they're not on this list. I think they're very much snubbed. I love Anna and Elsa, and strangely enough, I love them equally. Most people are Team Anna, Team Elsa. I would love to know, are you Team Anna? Are you Team Elsa? Who do you think was snubbed from this list? What are your favorites? Give us your list. Give us your thoughts. We'd love to hear them. We've been the Disney Durens. We'll see you next time.